So the first thing I want to say is two words that Muslim Americans don't hear often enough, and that is thank you. Thank you for serving your community. Thank you for lifting up the lives of your neighbors and for helping keep us strong and united as one American family. We are grateful for that. I just had a chance to meet with some extraordinary Muslim Americans from across the country who are doing all sorts of work. Some of them are doctors. Some of them are community leaders, religious leaders. All of them were doing extraordinary work, not just in the Muslim community, but in the American community. And they're proud of their work in business and education and on behalf of social justice and the environment and education. So let's start with this fact. For more than 1,000 years, people have been drawn to Islam's message of peace. And the very word itself, Islam, comes from salam, peace. The standard greeting is, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. And like so many faiths, Islam is rooted in a commitment to compassion and mercy and justice and charity. Whoever wants to enter paradise, the Prophet Muhammad taught, let him treat people the way he would love to be treated. Muslim Americans enrich our lives today in every way. They're our neighbors, the teachers who inspire our children, the doctors who trust us with our health, future doctors like Saba. They're scientists who win Nobel Prizes, young entrepreneurs who are creating new technologies that we use all the time. They're the sports heroes we cheer for, like Muhammad Ali and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem Olajuwon. And by the way, when Team USA marches into the next Olympics, one of the Americans waving the red, white, and blue will be a fencing champion wearing her hijab. Ibtihad Muhammad, who is here today, stand up. Come on, let me... There you go. I told her to bring home the gold. Not to put any pressure on you. Muslim Americans keep us safe. They're our police and our firefighters. They're in Homeland Security, in our intelligence community. O mankind, the Quran teaches, we have made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another. So all of us have the task of expressing our religious faith in a way that seeks to build bridges rather than to divide. We have to be consistent in condemning hateful rhetoric and violence against everyone, and that includes against Muslims here in the United States of America. So, none of us can be silent. We can't be bystanders to bigotry. And together we've got to show that America truly protects all faiths. For the Quran says, whoever kills an innocent, it is as if he has killed all mankind. These are the voices of Muslim scholars, some of whom join us today, who know Islam has a tradition of respect for other faiths. And Muslim teachers who point out that the first word revealed in the Quran, Iqra, means read, to seek knowledge, to question assumptions. If you're ever wondering whether you fit in here, let me say it as clearly as I can. As President of the United States, you fit in here, right here. You're right where you belong. You're part of America too.
To say to those lines.
You know, can I clarify? I've read the Quran, the Holy Quran, and I'm a believer of Islam because that's how I'm born. I'll give you a few verses of Quran which you need to understand. I read it in English because my children can be explained that in that language better. There is a surah called Surah Maida, which is a verse from Quran, which very clearly states that if you heal one man, you heal the whole mankind. This is what God says. And if you hurt one man, you hurt the whole mankind. There is nowhere in Quran. See, we believe Quran is the word of Allah. So there are believers in that book, in that holy book. And I'm very clear, if you're following Allah's Quran, if you're following Allah's Islam, nowhere does it say that you can kill women. As a matter of fact, it says you can't, in a war, you cannot kill a woman, you cannot kill a child, you cannot kill an animal, and you cannot destroy crops. Very clear, there is an Islam from Allah, which is in a holy book. There is an Islam, and very unfortunate, I'm not being anti, but there is an Islam from the mullahs. And I appeal to all of them, that please give the right reading of the Quran to the young people. I do it to my children. Nowhere in the Quran, which we consider as the word of Allah, does it say that you are going to be given Jannah if you kill harmless, innocent.
कहते हैं कि ये इस्लामिक टेररिस्ट है, तो टेररिस्ट का तो कोई मजहब होता नहीं, और ना कुरान में कहीं लिखा है, ना हदीसों में कहीं लिखा है कि किसी की जान लो, किसी को मार दो. पता नहीं क्या हासिल करना चाह रहे हैं, जो कि इनिसेंट लोगों को मारा जा रहा है. अच्छी बात यह है कि पूरा नेशन इसके खिलाफ है, और एक्चुअली बहुत करेज लेता है ये आके सड़कों पे आके बोलना कि ये सब गलत हो रहा है, क्योंकि विजुअल मीडियम है, टीवी पर सब लोग आ रहे हैं, तो एवरीबडी इज स्कैर्ड ऑफ देयर ओन फैमिलीज, देयर ओन लाइव्स. बट ये इसकी परवाह ना करके सब लोग आ रहे हैं और बोल रहे हैं कि ये जो हो रहा है ये बहुत गलत हो रहा है. प्रॉब्लम, अगर आप किसी बच्चे को गुर्बत से उठा के उसको गलत तालीम दें तो और क्या करेगा. जितने भी लड़के थे 18, 20, 21, 22, 23 साल के, एक ने कहा है कि मुझे 1.5 लाख रुपए मिला. तो ही इज नॉट डूइंग दिस फॉर इस्लाम. और इस्लाम में तो ये है ही नहीं.
People criticize bad ideas. And
of course we do.
Islam,
no liberal doesn't want to criticize bad
but
ideas.
Islam at this moment is the mother lode of bad ideas.
Jesus.
So we have
That's
ideas
just a fact.
like blasphemy.
It's an ugly
apostasy.
It is
one basic liberal
well, let me
principle
unpack
is
it.
tolerance.
Let me unpack
but
it.
not for intolerance.
No, of course not. But the picture you're painting is, to some extent, true, but is hugely incomplete. It is certainly true that plenty of fanatics and jihadis are Muslim, but the people who are standing up to them, Malala, incredible Muhammad Ali Dadak in Iran, in prison for 9 years for speaking up for Christians. A friend that I had in Pakistan who was shot this year, Rashid Rahman, for defending people accused of apostasy.
Or how about the more than 1 billion people who aren't fanatical, who don't punish women, who just want to go to school,
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Wait a second. Any of the things, but you're saying all Muslims.
Wait a second.
Stereotyping.
Wait a second.
Things and you painting the whole group religion with that.
No,
bad things and you painting the whole group religion with that.
No, one should be killed if they leave the Islamic religion. Is just a few bad apples?
The people who would actually believe and enact that you murder somebody if they believe Islam is not the majority of Muslims at all. Is the majority of Muslims at all. But what is your solution? What is your ask?
No,
just condemn Islam?
The solution. No, the solution is very much what
we've killed more Muslims than they've killed us by an awful lot. We've invaded more Muslims.
I am not for more killing.
An awful lot. And yet somehow we're exempted from these things because they're not really a reflection of what we believe in. We did by accident. That's why we invaded Iraq and put 4 million people.
We're not convincing anybody.
It's not. I'm specifically telling you that I disagree with what you think.
I know.
Like to call themselves the Islamic State. But I will tell you the truth. They are not Islamic, and they are not a state. This hateful ideology has nothing to do with Islam itself. And it is rejected by the overwhelming majority of Muslims in Britain and around the world. The Quran says, "O mankind, we created you from a single pair of a male and a female, and made you into nations and tribes that ye may know each other." It says, "Let there be no compulsion in religion." So let this message go out from this hall, that the extremists will never succeed in dividing us. Let the message go out that we know Islam is a religion of peace and it has nothing to do with the ideology of our enemies. Let us stand.
You don't hide from your public. You walk around, you talk to people, you meet people. That's right. Have you ever thought about being assassinated?
Didn't I read your mind?
You did.
See? If I get shot or something happened to me, it'd have to be because somebody don't like me for what I believe and represent and think.
Yes, sir.
And I'd die for them.
You would.
And let me tell you, if somebody want to get you, see, in the Holy Quran, the Islamic Bible, it says, not one soul comes on earth without the permission of Allah, God. Not one soul leaves without the permission. When you die, it's time. So I don't believe that it's time for me to die in that way. If it is, then I welcome it. If it happens, it happens. It's God's will.
Do you have a bodyguard? Do you have... No. You don't?
I got one bodyguard. He has no eyes, though he sees. He has no ears, though he hears. He remembers everything with the aid of mind and memory. When he wishes to create a thing, he just orders it to be and it comes into existence. But this order is not conveyed in words which takes a tongue to formulate or which sound carries ears. He hears the secrets of those under quiet thoughts. That's God, Allah. He's my bodyguard. He's your bodyguard. He's the supreme.
Ne vous prenez pas l'islam aux musulmans. Ne vous insultez pas le prophète en disant au nom de la laïcité, au nom de la liberté d'expression, au nom de la liberté d'expression. Est-ce que la liberté d'expression, elle nous autorise d'insulter les gens, quelles que soient leurs origines? Elle nous autorise pas d'insulter les mères de tel ou un tel, même s'il est, subhanallah, même Satan, Dieu ne nous autorise pas de l'insulter. Alors que vous insultez le prophète, la chose la plus sacrée pour les musulmans en disant au nom de la laïcité, arrêtez de dire c'est les musulmans qui ont tué. Les musulmans ils ont tué personne. Déjà vous êtes en train de me parler, il a oublié sa carte d'identité. Même un petit voleur il n'aurait pas oublié sa carte d'identité tout ça supermarché. Faut arrêter de prendre les musulmans pour des imbéciles. Vous prenez à l'islam et vous dites on respecte l'islam. L'islam, le prophète c'est l'islam. Si vous respectez ma mère, vous ne devez pas l'insulter. Comment vous pouvez vous autoriser d'insulter la chose la plus sacrée pour moi? Encore plus sacrée que mon père, que ma mère. Le prophète, il est plus sacré que ma mère, ma propre mère. Le prophète, c'est mon existence. Il est plus sacré que ma propre existence sur terre. Sans le prophète, j'aurais pas connu l'islam. Sans le prophète, je serais en enfer. Sans le prophète, Dieu me mettra dans les flammes de l'enfer le jour du jugement dernier. Donc nous, on respecte l'islam, respectez-nous. Nous, on respecte tous les gens. Et tout ce qu'on veut, c'est de vous sauver des flammes de l'enfer. Vous êtes tous nos frères dans l'humanité. On est tous les fils d'Adam et Ève. Tout ce qu'on veut de vous, c'est de vous convertir à l'islam. Mais si vous ne voulez pas, faites ce que vous voulez. La loi de l'islam, de celui qui insulte le prophète, c'est la mort, même s'il était musulman. Par contre, ce n'est pas les musulmans qui ont tué vos frères. Si quelqu'un insulte votre mère, vous ne l'aurez pas autorisé. Vous aurez dit, ah non, mais ça c'est une insulte, il faut qu'il paye. Par contre, si on insulte, attendez, si quelqu'un le plus sacré que la mère de tous les musulmans, 1,5 milliard dans le monde, vous insultez le prophète, en fait la chose la plus sacrée pour 1,5 milliard dans le monde, et après vous voulez que les gens ferment leur gueule. Mais nous on n'a insulté personne, on n'a tué personne. Mais c'est pas les musulmans qui l'ont fait. Montrez-nous leur visage. Mais c'est sûr que c'est pas les musulmans qui l'ont tué. Ça m'étonnerait que c'est les musulmans qui l'ont tué. Ça, on pense que tout ça c'est fait pour stigmatiser l'islam et le salir afin d'éloigner les gens des musulmans. Et de le vrai message divin de Dieu, qui est on est tous les enfants d'Adam et Ève, et tout ce qu'on veut de vous, c'est de connaître l'islam. Après, jugez-vous par vous-même.